Afternoon, everybody. It's Rob. I just wanted to go over a few things. I'm getting ready to take a trip to Fort Benning, Georgia, for a course out there, and I'm going to be driving from Central Texas all the way out there. It's about a 1,300-mile trip. I'm probably going to do that in a day. It says 13 hours of travel time, with stops and things like that. Probably stretch it out to 15, 16 hours or so total. But I'll leave bright and early tomorrow morning, and get there late at night, and that'll be that. Before I go, I just wanted to kind of go over a little packing list here of road trip stuff. Before I go, obviously, those of us with tuner cars, we run into little issues all the time. And what do you do when you're driving across the country? You're far away from home, far away from your toolbox. Well, you bring what you can with you. So I'm just going to do a quick video, talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to be bringing along with me. I'll be gone for about 2 months, so anything could happen. It could happen locally, it could happen on the trip, and I just want to make sure that I can stay out of the shops and not pay somebody else to have to do simple work on my car simply because I'm out of resources. So to start with, obviously take care of some of the simple stuff I don't have to go over. I have a cleaning kit here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my own stuff. I've got the bucket, dry rags, squeegee, tire kit. I also always keep a bag of spare rags because whenever fluids drip, they drip and they make big messes, or you're trying to work on something, you got to clean things off. You don't know what kind of weather you're driving through. So I have my cleaning stuff right there. Obviously fluids are important, so you want to have extra coolant. Obviously funnel comes in handy, drip pan. I'm going to go ahead and have my freaking LSD oil with me. I had the output shaft seal leaking recently. It's been replaced. I haven't had a leak for about 2 weeks now. I've driven over 1,000 miles, so it should be taken care of. However, if something were to go down, you need the gear oil. I haven't picked any up yet, but I am going to go ahead and grab 5 quarts of engine oil as well. You never know. So that way, anything happens. I've had funky stuff happen. I've even had a fuel line pop off right on top of the pump before that. Luckily, I freaking noticed the giant puddle of fuel underneath the car and was able to pop the seat off and plug the hose back up before I drained my entire tank out, and drove to the next town and was able to get gas. But since then, I've really started to pay attention to what I have on hand, because that was literally in between Central Texas, around the Austin area, and El Paso. I mean, middle of the desert, roam zone for the phone. I literally had no choice if I couldn't figure out what was going on. If I hadn't figured out that the fuel line had popped off, I had about a 10-15 mile walk through the desert till the town that I had just passed through. So another thing, I run a flex fuel setup in the Evo, so ethanol conditioner. That's something that I have in the car at all times as well. Seafoam, I don't use it too often. Every now and then I'll throw a little bit in the tank, about half a bottle in a tank every once in a blue moon. Kind of one of those things I don't think about too often, but every once in a while it's like, oh, might as well toss it through there and get everything kind of get gunked out. For the fluids, I have a little multi-use pump here. I haven't had to use it yet, but I have it on hand. I also have this little bottle filler, so for the LSD oil, for my center diff. It's kind of hard to get to, so that just makes life real easy. Some emergency kit stuff here. Tire slime. So with aftermarket wheels and tire sizes, all-wheel drive vehicles, it's not a good idea to use your spare. That factory spare tire is pretty much useless at this point. If you throw it on there, because everything's a different size, it could really do some damage to your car and your driveline components to try to run, for an extended amount of time, or 40, 50 miles an hour with everything off balance like that. So pretty much if you pick up a road hazard or something, hopefully, if you have a tire inflator and a little slime kit, or I also carry tire plugs. I don't have them out here, they're actually in my glove box. But you know, if it's something hopefully that you can plug it and refill the tire, get it, you know, at least into the next town, to have it taken off the wheel and derammed so that it can be inspected to make sure it's okay, and you can get a actual patch in there. But you know, just kind of on the road stuff. Chock blocks, always handy if you're ever going to jack your car up. You know, jack stands, chop blocks. Speaking of jack stands, I in my haste left mine in a storage facility before coming out here, so I'm going to be taking a risk, or you know, hopefully I don't have to get under the car for anything. If it is, I'll probably just have to use my insurance and have a tow truck come get me if it's anything that big. But always have chock blocks anytime something goes up. Obviously, lug wrench, scissor jack, some other stuff, you know, turbo cars, boost leaks, they happen. So always have zip ties, vacuum lines, super handy things. I do have these fuel lines that I use routing my catch can. So if those dry rot or anything, I have some extra lengths here. Those have all actually been cut to equal the lengths that I have in there, so it's just a, you know, direct replacement. I don't have to mess around with measuring anything. A grabber, always handy. I also have a magnet somewhere. You know, you'll have limited resources, so you don't want to be dropping things and having them disappear, and then you're crap out of luck. I have this nice little toolkit here, just some real basic stuff. Galvanized wire. I've had to use this. It's come in handy, just tying things up, hanging stuff in a jiff. I have some extra silicone here, some joint connectors, some clamps, ratcheting wrenches, pry bars, channel locks, you know, all my metric stuff. Basically, I have a socket and a wrench in every size for my car, and you know, and some extra, some Allen wrench sets, razor blades. I actually also have O-rings. These are for my fuel injectors. E85. Start running that stuff, it can dry out and corrode your fuel injector. So if you ever start having fueling issues and things, it's just one thing that you can troubleshoot. So I always keep extra O-rings just in case one of them's gone bad. That's a quick, easy fix, and you know, it could be a lifesaver. Body bolts. I also keep spare fuses. Things that sometimes not every auto part store is going to have exactly what fuse you need, so keep those on hand. And let's see. Oh, just more cleaning stuff over here. You know, some quick, easy Armor All wipes. I'm not a huge, like, obsessive compulsive detailer or anything like that. I keep my car clean, I wash it. You know, I like the interior clean. I don't like to have a whole bunch of junk and clutter in my car. But, you know, I'm not going to spend, you know, 10, 12 hours detailing it and going through everything and stuff. So the Armor All stuff, it works for me. I have no issues with it. Car smells good, looks good. I feel good. It makes me happy, so I rock it. I do try to keep the tires with some tire shine. So I have my applicators here. I have tire shine in there, wheel cleaner, things like that. You know, good enough kit to get by. Right here is actually my stock blow-off valve. I got recently a Go Fast Bits blow-off valve, and you know, I'm going to be changing atmospheres. Originally, I'm here at about 900 feet above sea level. I've been living in El Paso, which is 3,800 square feet above sea level. Now I'm going to be driving all the way down to Fort Benning, Georgia, which is at sea level. So I'm going to have to be making some adjustments here and there. Hopefully my tune, since it was tuned at about 800-900 feet above sea level, hopefully going down to sea level should make it, you know, maybe run a little bit better, you know, or at least close to what it should be, not require a retune. However, with that being said, because I have an adjustable, it's the response blow-off valve from Go Fast Bits, because it's adjustable, I want to make sure that I have the stock one on hand just in case I can't get it fine-tuned or just anything goes wrong. I can swap them back out, because it was actually tuned on the stock blow-off valve. Now I've been able to install the Go Fast Bits one and adjust the spring rate and everything in the VTA so that everything's still running in the same parameters that it was tuned for. But like I said, you never know. The air density is going to be completely different. I'm going from dry, arid, high elevation down to sea level, and humid as all holy hell in the middle of summer. So I'm kind of expecting there to be some hiccups, the car not to be running at peak performance. I don't suspect any major issues. I have full confidence that it will drive all the way there. It's just how healthy it'll be, and you know, obviously I'm not going to be out there going crazy on it or opening it up or anything. I'm not going to be racing and running anybody while I'm there. Just needed to get me to where I'm going and then get me back to where I came from. So that's my quickie kit. Oh, and a Dremel. So I'm bringing the Dremel. I might be doing a little bit of custom interior work while I'm out there. I have some buddies out there with garages, so you know, maybe we might do a little bit of tweaking to the car. There's a show coming up, the 3F Auto Show in El Paso, August 10th. It'll be the first time I've put my car in a show. I didn't really think that my car was show worthy. Some friends said otherwise, talked me into it. So, you know, hey, worst that happens, I get to park my car inside and, you know, rub elbows with some dudes with some serious builds and, you know, get some inspiration there. But, yep, that's just the basics, and all of it fits into here. Just a quickie little, what is this, High Gear Products storage container. Just got 2 little bisections, some stuff on the side, and got that off of Amazon for, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. That wraps up my little preparation video. If you want to leave some comments, if you have any other suggestions, things that I forgot, maybe I should toss in here last minute. I got about 12 hours till I leave. So let me know what you think about my little road trip kit. And yeah, thanks for watching. So a couple more things. Since I'm doing a video, might as well talk about some of the stuff I did to prep the inside of the vehicle as well. So, obviously, sunscreen for the windshield. Now my camera's set up. So, I have a mountain here. Actually, this is for the radar detector. I went ahead and I got a radar detector. I was having some issues getting pulled over, driving between Fort Hood and El Paso. So I went ahead and spent some money, and so far so good. It's coming in handy. It's hard lined, just fed the wire up through here, around to the A-pillar and underneath, and then it's actually on the back side of the cigarette adapter. So that way I can still charge my phone, which is the SM Plus and what I'm currently vlogging on, and run this at the same time. I do have the dual socket, so my GoPro session, I'll be able to charge it at the same time. Hopefully it doesn't blow anything. It is on a fuse, so should be all right. No big issues, no worries there. I try to do everything so that it's foolproof. Do have a few more tools in the glove box, just handy stuff, and yeah, so just figured I'd mention that as well. So other things for a road trip to consider are going to be radar detector, and then you know, power sources, additional power sources.